Good afternoon, BSc first year students. Uh, Zoology paper third, semester second, which is the important characteristics unit first. Uh, that is the general characters and origin ancestry of the vertebrates. Which is the general characters and origin characteristics are present in the animals. Just we study in the paper third. Yes, the what is the general characteristics about the uh, of the vertebrates, and which is anatomically the ancestors of the vertebrates. It is present in the general characters. Character number one, which is all the vertebrates have latest the trace of these. One of the most important characteristics features found inside the uh, vertebrates. What is the characteristics? That is the lower vertebrates are the aquatic. Aquatic, the examples which is the fishes, and higher vertebrates that is predominantly terrestrials. Terrestrials, that is the examples amphibians, example frog. Yes. What is the important character? Another important characters present in the skull or cranium. Skull or cranium means the presence of the skull, or named as the craniata, which is the fundamental characteristics or diagnostic characteristics. What is the diagnostic characteristics or fundamental characteristic? The presence of notochord and pharyngeal gills and nerve cords are present. That is the characteristics of the vertebrates, which is present or origin of the vertebrates. Next one characteristics, which may be, that is a trunk bear typically two pairs of jointed uh, lateral appendages. Two pairs means forelimbs and hind limbs. That is the appendages. And some animals, they are animals having the absence of four arms or limbs. Locomotion by the typical functions. Locomotion by the typical functions which is present inside the some animals. Yes. Some characteristics, that is the integuments, means that is the skin of the body is covered by the epidermic of endodermic. Body skin is divided into epidermic or dermis. Yes, and which is the mucous glands present in the are found in the aquatic animals. For aquatic animals, which may be, that is the example fishes, class Teleostomi. Skin covered by the exoskeleton, means exoskeleton, the fish, uh, presence of the scales in birds, feathers in mammals, hairs present on the skins, and some, that is the waves or birds, that is the claws are present. Yes, and horns also present in the origin of the vertebrates. Coeloms are present and largely filled with the visceral origins. And next characteristic, the presence of notochord, just already discussed, and replace the notochord or cartilaginous bones or vertebral columns present, which is found inside the uh, animals. Digestive system more or less developed, or liver massive or tubular form. Respiration by the gills. Some animals take respiration with the skins, some animals take respiration with the gills, some animals take respiration with the nostrils. These are the characteristics of the origin of the vertebrates. In other characteristics, that some animals are the cold-blooded animals, or some animals, that is warm-blooded animals. Some animals, these characteristics about the uh, blood characteristics. The some animals, that is a heart two-chambered, example fishes, three-chambered, example terrestrial animals, and four-chambered heart, example mammals, man. These are the origin of the characteristics which present in the vertebrate animals. Yes, are special characteristics. When you studied that is the next characteristics about the sensory organs. Sensory organs, that is eye, skin. Yes, eye, skin, tongue. Yes, these are the highly developed or endocrinologist systems also developed in the some origin of the vertebrates. In origin of the vertebrates, the sexes are separate, means actually male and female characteristics present in the animals. Gonads means that is the male characteristics and female characteristics are diagenic. Diagenic means it is differentiated characteristics. They will to present or through the genital duct also. What is the origin of the vertebrates? Ancestor of the vertebrates. The problem of research origin ancestors of the particular interest in the zoologist have several years have proceeded the examples of origin of the vertebrates, which may be stands on the list of the close security. These are the important characteristics which present in the found of the origin of the vertebrates, which is times of origins. Chordates constitutes uh, various forms are related to vertebrates. Animals are the some which may be that is the freshwater, and some are freshwater animals and found in the typical breeds. Yes, some animals are the fossils, that is the ostracoderms. Fossil animals collectively is known as the ostracoderms. Some animals to develop the jaws, upper jaw and lower jaws, more or less, or some animals are found and typical the absence of the jaws, that is known as agnathan animals. The place of origins, it is the definitely origin of the place is known as definitely known. There is a direct evidence and exist of the origins. Yes, first vertebrate appearance in the sea and migrate in the rivers of the system. All the animals origin from the sea and actually it will migrate toward the river. Yes, other types. Some scientists discovered the origin of the animals, which means James Robertsons. These are the famous Cambrian Ordovicians. These are the scientists about the collective information to collect about the origin of the vertebrates, the which is present inside the fresh water and marine water, mostly marine water, and travel or migrate toward the fresh water or lie on the land. Hypothetical vertebrates of ancestors. Yes, some that is the Cambrian proposed theory of the freshwater origins of vertebrates in year 1900s. Proposed the hypothetical proto-vertebrates. Proto means first vertebrates. According to that scientist, that is the some animals are the active and motile animals swimming in the bilateral fish-like bilateral symmetrical animals. Presence of the head and tail to form the beginning of the vertebrates in the aquatic or origin of aquatic. What is the characteristics or origin of the chordates? Yes, origin of the chordates having the basically originated from the invertebrates and suggested many of the zoologists. All theories of the animals, that is the chordates, originated to as the invertebrates to through the interventions of in some of the invertebrates. Both theories have satisfactory convincing the only historical values. Echinoderms theories appearance and skull covered with the and to for the ancestry, which will be that is the vertebrate animals. Yes, ecodermal theory. Echinoderms theories. What is the echinodermal theories? On the basis of anatomical and embryological and paleontological, biochemical and serological theories found and established there were some workers. That is Johnins and Muller's batsmen. These are the scientists to discover the echinodermal theories. The common features at these types: the body is minute and transparent. Both have the dorsal pores. Most of the identical and twisted, yes, ciliated animals. Both are free swimming inside the waters or aquatic animals. Body bilaterally symmetrical. Presence of typical plates with the eye. Tornaria larva, which is the evolutionary larva, mind well, that is a Tornaria larva. A common ancestry of echinodermals are hemichordates. Hemichordates. They discovered the scientist, that is the Gastronx and Beers scientist, yes, and suggested the probably in the articularis larva in the echinoderms and sexually mature, yes, and presence of the notochord to rises to the chordata. What is the next characteristic which present in the hemichordata? Yes, it is a strong and suggestive evidences about the evolutionary stage of the hemichordata. Pharynx preferred by the gills. These are the important characteristics. Yes, two notochords presents. Yes, next characteristics: the urochordates of the origin of the vertebrates to discover the gastrons in 1928 and Beryl scientist in 1955. That is the origin of Romer. Studied the Romer scientist in 1959. Yes. These types, that is the origin, general characters and origin of the ancestry vertebrates present in the animals. Yes, which is the important characteristics about the vertebrate animals.